Good evening, fifth graders. Tonight we're doing some more fraction multiplication. The only thing that we're going to be adding to our fraction multiplication is something called cross reduce. Okay. As you can tell, I think it's very important. I circled it with multiple things for it to stand out. Cross reduce is very important, and I want you to watch and see how I cross reduce. The point of cross reducing is to make simplifying your fraction, your answer, easy at the end of your problem. Because before we're just multiplying across, right? Let's take a look here. We have 3/7 times 5/9. One thing I've been teaching was this. You're going to take this and you're going to multiply straight across. 3 times 5 is 15. 7 times 9 is 63. But I know 3 can go into each one of these, so I have to cross reduce, right? Or, I mean, we have to just reduce. So I have to divide this by 3, I get 5. 63 divided by 3, so I have to go 63 divided by 3. 3 goes into 6 2 times. 6, subtract, bring down to 3. 3 times goes in there 1 time. Gives me 21. So my answer is 5/21. That's how I have been teaching you how to reduce. Let's take a look at this new concept called cross reduce. You are going to absolutely love it. I want you to look at these two numbers as a pair and these two numbers as a pair. Let's take a look at that blue pair first. 7 and 5. Is there a number that can go into 7 and 5? There isn't. How about 3 and 9? Is there a number that can go into 3 and 9? There is. 3 can go into 3 and 9. Okay? So watch. This is how we do it. If I divide 3 divided by 3, I get 1. If I divide 9 divided by 3, I get 3. I have to divide them both by 3. Now my new problem when I'm multiplying across, I'm going to be going 1 times 5, I'm going to get 5. 7 times 3, I'm going to get 21. Do you see how quick and easy that is? I don't have to do any long division. I don't have to do any thinking, can 3 go into this number? Can 3 go into that number? This is how you do it. Here's another problem. Okay. First of all, let's take a look. Can we cross reduce these things? 7 and 10, I can't make them any smaller. 3 and 10, I can't make them any smaller. So with that being said, kids, I know when I multiply across, I cannot get my answer any smaller. So let's take a look. 3 times 7 is 21. 10 times 10 is 100. I'm right. I cannot reduce that any further down. So that problem was done. Let's take a look at another one. Let's cross reduce here. 5 and 5. Remember, we're just taking a look right here. The reason why I'm doing the same color, kids, is because your pencil is going to be the same color. 5 and 5, what can they both go into? 5. So if I do 5 divided by 5, I get 1. 5 divided by 5, I get 1. Let's take a look at this 2 and the 12. I can divide them both by 2. 2 divided by 2, I get 1. 12 divided by 2, I get 6. So my answer is 1 times 1, which is 1. 1 times 6, which is 6. 1/6 is my answer. Now, let's do it the old way. Watch this. 2 times 5 is 10. 5 times 12 is 60. If I divide this by 10, this by 10, I get 1/6 as well. This problem was a little easier to reduce because 10 could go into both, okay? But you don't have to do it in reducing. If you do the cross reduce, you don't have to reduce at the end. Here's another one. 7/6 and 2/9. Looking at this problem right away, I want you to eyeball the 7 and the 6. Can they get any smaller? They can't. How about the 9 and the 2? They can't. So that means whatever I multiply across is my answer. I don't have to simplify it at all. 7 times 2 is 14. 9 times 6 is 54. It is 53. I apologize. No, it's 54. So can I reduce these? I can reduce. Let's see how. They both can go into 2. So even if you can't cross reduce, sometimes you might have to reduce still if they're both even, right, kids? So we have a 7. What's 54 divided by 2? 2 goes in there twice. Bring down the 4. Gives me a 7. 27 is my answer. 7 over 27. 3 sets of 4 coins. How many coins are there in all? Well, if I have 3 sets of 4, I'm going to go 3 times 4. I'm going to get 12. 8 rows of 8 stamps. How many stamps do I have in all? I'm going to go 8 times 8, which is 64. This next problem on here is a good one. I have 3 bags of 12 oranges. Okay? For each of 3 classes, how many oranges are in all? Well, 3 times 12 is 36, right? But I have 3 classes of 36. So I'm going to do 36 times 3. Gives me an 18, 9, 108. That's my answer. All right, kids, hopefully this helped you a little bit tonight. Remember that cross reduce? And when we got to this problem right before here, right? Even when we cross reduced in the beginning, we couldn't make it any smaller, but you always want to double check right at the end, even if you couldn't cross reduce. If you have 2 even numbers, you know that you can divide by 2. Remember that. If they're both odd, it doesn't mean you can't divide, because guess what? 3 can go into odd numbers, right? But keep those things in mind. Hopefully this helped. I look forward to working with some cross reducing with you in class tomorrow.